going to be doing a new series. This is some trial and error because I haven't done this before, but I'm just starting my day by getting my makeup ready. Sorry if I'm a little awkward because I am not very good at this yet, so bear with me, please. I'm going to be starting with my eyes first today, and I'm just using my MAC paint pot and Painterly. I'm applying it all over my lid. Let me know if you guys can hear me or not. Hopefully you can. And today I'm going to be using my Morphe palette. I love it. It's going to be this 350 palette. Has a lot of great warm tones in it. A lot of great warm tones. So this way we can create a really nice warm eye. So I first like to start off by applying the lightest shade in the palette, which is this guy here. Okay. Just because with the lightest shade, it's going to be able to become my brow bone color, my crease color, and then it'll allow everything to blend on top of it very softly. So I'm taking it from my brow bone down. And I'm noticing that there's a lot of lag on here, so if I don't see your comment right away, I'm sorry. Sweeping it back and forth. And now I'm going to be taking a little bit deeper of a color. I'll show you that one too. I'm going to take this color here, right there, and it's a little bit more of a neutral. I'm going to be using that into my crease. So we're just really trying to gradually build up that transition and that crease color by doing lighter, medium, and then darker. So gradually building it up. Okay. Now I'm taking a deeper one, trying to pat it, and I'm just using actually a fluffy brush. So a fluffy brush that I had gotten from one of my Anastasia palettes. It just had a regular, like a brush on there that you can use to apply shadow all over the lid, but then it had this amazing crease brush that I absolutely love. It's really fluffy, it really blends out my shadows really nicely, and it came with a palette. And it's very rare that I actually like the brushes in the palettes, but I keep all of them and I utilize them, but some of them I like more than others. I'm looking at my screen and seeing that there's a lot of lag, so sweeping back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Now doing the other eye. Starting from my outer corner, sweeping into the crease. It's okay if you're a little sloppy on this part. This is just really to gradient. I'm sorry, to add a little bit of a gradient. The next color is going to be more controlled because it's going to be a deeper tone color, so I don't want it to go too far out. And I'm still debating on what I actually want my eye look to look like today. I know this palette is great for just like starting because you can really create a soft crease and have such a great gradient of deep, mid, and light. So I feel like it's a great start. So I'm doing that. Okay. And now I'm going to take a deeper tone color. Okay. Which one did I want to do? I'm going to do this guy here. This is a little bit more of a neutral brown. Placing it in the outer corner and now sweeping it into the crease. So I'm thinking about starting this more frequently because this is my first, chit chat get ready with me live, and I figured it would be kind of interesting because this is where we can really, talk. I think it's a little bit more personal because you can really ask me questions and I can answer them right here on the camera for you. Or if you have anything that you just want to talk about. Sometimes it's just nice to have someone to talk to or listen to. So I don't know if you can tell, but now it's starting to deepen up in the crease there. And then we have a little bit of a gradient. I noticed on the live stream, for this kind of live streaming, it's just under people and blog, but I really wish that there was one that was more so makeup oriented, just because like you have your video game streaming and that really helps viewers narrow down who they're looking at, who they're watching, whereas with this could be really anything or anyone for, whatever. So hopefully YouTube will do that eventually. Okay. And I think I'm feeling a little bit of either emerald or purple today. Don't really know. I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna use my finger for this part because I like how when the product gets warmed up on your finger, it applies a lot better. This is the trouble. You have too many palettes to choose from, and you can't choose one. Okay, I'm gonna use this guy here. So I'm using my Kat Von D palette. Don't mind, it kind of broke on me, but I'm using the Kat Von D palette. I'm using this purple here. It's got a shimmer in it. It's gonna be kind of like has flecks of lilac in it. It's a mid-tone purple, really, really beautiful. I'm placing that all over my lid, so from the very inner corner. And I'm just using my finger to pack it on. And gradually building it up. Okay. Don't mind me if I have little hairs on my face. I just cut my bangs because they were a little long for me. So I finally cut them. And then same on the other eye, inner corner to the outer. And I'm not bringing it super all the way out, but close. Just because I want my outer V to still be defined with deeper color shadow. I'm sorry if my camera keeps coming on and off. I think it's just trying to refresh itself. Okay, and now I'm going to take this color here. This is going to be like a matte purple plum, really deep plum. It's a beautiful color. I'm going to use that into my crease, my outer V and my crease. I'm just kind of dabbing it first. And then sweeping back and forth. And you're gonna probably notice that I'm gonna get so much fallout, but you know, what I'm going to do is just clean it up after. So you see, I don't know if you can tell, but it's starting to deepen up the crease and really add some great depth to that. So, okay, now I'm going to do that to the other eye. Placing it, placing it, placing it. And now I'm really going to drag it in there, sweep it back and forth. I really, really want to define that crease. More so on the outer than in the inner. So if you get a little bit where you don't want it, just kind of blend it out. And really blend, blend, blend. Blend is your friend. Deepen this out a little bit more. Okay, so what I want to do is taking some tissues. I'm taking a piece of tissue. Okay, there's a particular lotion that I love to use, but I actually use it to rub underneath. Like, you know, it's something that I will use to wipe away the fallout underneath my eyes. Just on a little bit of tissue. On both sides too. Okay. And I probably should have checked, but I hope you can hear me. I hope you can. My software says you can, so we'll just go with it. Okay. And now what I want to do, I'm going to take, I'm going to kind of amp it up a little bit. I'm taking my same Anastasia brush, and I'm going to take a color from my Morphe palette again. So I'm actually either going to use this one or this one. Maybe, I'm actually going to use maybe, which one do I want to use? I think I'm going to use this guy. Maybe a mixture. I'm going to actually use both. I'm going to use a mixture of both. So I'm just dipping my brush into both colors, tapping off the excess, and then I'm going to sweep it underneath. Just because I want it to really have a nice smoky color underneath, but I want it to actually be a little bit of a contrast from the purple. So orange is a beautiful contrast color. And they just look really, really nice together. I'm going to bring it in a little bit so you can see it. Deep. So, do you enjoy doing makeup? Is it something that you'd like to do for fun? Something that you're just like, you're interested in? Something that you do for work? What is it? What do you like about makeup? Ooh, got some shot in my eye. It's okay. Really nice. And I'm just kind of using my brush that has the purple, the fluffy part, and kind of melding the two at the corners so they come together really nicely. Sorry, my chair is so squeaky. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'm actually going to take some more of that purple that I first used. Now I'm going to take a different purple because I don't think that purple was popping as much as I like. So I'm going to take this from my Vice 4. This is in the color 1985, so a very disco color. And I'm just actually going to apply that. Same place that I did the last color. So very inner. But we're going to actually stop at about the midpoint of the eye. So rather than bring it all the way across, I'm just going to stop at the middle of the eye. Using my finger is just allowing me to really make sure that they blend in, the color blends into like the darker tone really softly, rather than just like a harsh, you know, next to one another. So I don't want them to look like they're just, yeah, butt buddies. They sit next to each other. The little kitty cat in the back, her name is Levita, and she happens to really like her little seating area. I think she loves it, actually. I want to blend a little bit up here. Blend a little bit here. And then you can actually take your brush, like so. So I used one brush to do this, which I think it's okay. It's okay to have multiple, you know, quantity of brushes, but I just personally don't really have the need to use that many brushes. At least not for my eyes. And it depends on the look too. Okay. I think I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm just taking my tissue again that had a little bit of that lotion. Just kind of wipe out any fallout, any coloration where I didn't want it. And I already did put on a moisturizer. Okay. I actually use one from Ole Henriksen. It's a really great moisturizer. It is. It's called Nurture Me. I'm a little bit more on the dry side. So this one has botanicals infused. So it has your vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C. So a lot of hydration, good ingredients for nurturing the skin. Nurture Me, yeah. So I think for anyone that needs something that's going to really help hydrate their skin, this is great. And it actually smells a little bit like Tutti Frutti. And I will say it's really, I believe it has dimethicone in it. Dimethicone is a like smoothing ingredient. So I would say if you do not like that like smoothing texture, it's really not that bad though. I don't mind it. It doesn't feel like, you know, I plastered my face with something, so. But it's all to personal preference. And then for face primer, I'm going to be using my Cover FX primer. And just putting about a pearl size amount. That's going to be good for my whole face. And this Cover FX primer is actually illuminating, so I don't know if you can tell, but it's going to add a little bit of a glow to the skin. For dry skin, I think it's really beautiful. You can do it for oily skin. I would just say that you may want to use another primer in conjunction to it, but I would stick with more of an oil-free, you know, either mattifying or oil control, something that's going to be better for that skin type. And then I'm going to be using today my Too Faced foundation, Born This Way. This is a great medium full coverage foundation. I am currently, okay, what I should be and what I currently am right now are two different things. I'm currently using Natural Beige. I know I've definitely lost some of my tan, so I think I'm a little dark for my color right now. So I would say that it's gonna be a little dark, so bear with me. But I love it, so I keep using it. And I usually have like a little palette that I will place it on, but I forgot, so we're gonna make it work. I'm just gonna be using it on something else. I'm just starting with a pump, and then I'm gonna be using my Sephora collection brush in the number 55. This is a great powder brush, but I also like to use it for my foundation. You can use it for powder, foundation, you can do contour. So it's one of those brushes, you can grab it, you can, you know, make it the shape that you want. So a little bit more narrow so you can get a nice contour. I really actually even like it for a blush, so I can hold it a little taut, but not too taut, and then I can just use it on my cheekbones, or on my cheeks, on the apples, and then it's just a really great brush for a lot of things, so that's why I use it very, very often. I'm gonna start at the center of my face, and then I like to do half and half, so I'm just doing it like this. This is just with one light layer. Really making sure I bring it down the neck just because it is a little dark right now. So that is one side, that section here, with just a little dab of it. Right now I'm working with just a pump. So I'm starting on my cheeks first because that's where I need the most coverage, to my chin, and then buffing it out. And I try not to put too much under the eye. I'm putting a little bit, but not too much, just because I'm going to be using a concealer and all those layers. Apparently I smile a lot, so I have lines, and if you put anything too much, like the slightest bit too much, stuff will crease like a mofo. Super bad, so. Okay, so now I'm doing the top of my forehead. And I love this brush because I feel like it allows me to just be really quick with it, but it just applies everything so beautifully. And then what I'm going to do is add a little bit more where need be. So probably going to do about a pump and a half more. Half a pump more. Ooh. So, little baby pump. Okay, tiny bit. And dab my brush in there. Build up on my cheeks. There we go. And try not to have too much under the eye. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this brush for most of it, but I do like to take my beauty blender and make sure that everything is like super, super blended. It doesn't look dry, or, you know, because my concept is the beauty blender. I feel like the beauty blender, it actually absorbs a lot of your foundation, which has been proven. And so I don't like to use it primarily for applying my foundation because I feel like it wastes a lot of my product. But I do like to go over my skin with it and really soften everything that I'm putting on. And it adds a little bit of moisture because it's wet. So for me, I love it. And especially because I get these smile lines here. So I have to be really conscientious of that. So really just make sure that, you know, the beauty blender's job is to even it out, smooth it out, and then almost pick up excess product that is not settling well into the skin. So it's a really great way to add a beautiful finish, but not too much product. And then just kind of bring it into my brow bone area. A little bit of foundation product on the beauty blender. So for my brows, oh my gosh, my brows are a mess right now because I've got to get them done or I have to do them. I hate having to go to pay to get them done because I have to get them done pretty frequently because thankfully with my Hispanic side, they do grow really, really nicely, but at the same time they grow so much that I am frequently having to get them done. So this is what the application looks like without any powder, without any other products on there. It's just the foundation. I am going to use a little bit of setting powder. Ooh, that's a lot. Hold on. There we go. A little bit of setting powder. And I'm just dusting my foundation brush that I use, the Sephora 55 brush, off with the tissue to take some of that tackiness from the foundation off of it. Running my brush into there, tapping it in, and I'll show you what I'm using. This is the NYX HD powder. It's just a really micro finish, like finely milled micro finish powder. It kind of actually reminds me of the one from Makeup Forever. Okay, but the Makeup Forever I think is better for, I don't know, I have mixed feelings because I think they're both very similar, but I think the Makeup Forever is a lot finely more milled, so it's a lot smaller textures, because I think this one actually kind of settles into my lines, unfortunately. So with this one settling into my lines, I just feel like it's not as flattering as the Makeup Forever. The Makeup Forever is so finely milled that it makes your skin look like butter. Butter. Okay. So, what do I want to do now? I'm going to move on to my contour. I'm not doing anything dramatic with my highlight and contour, to be quite honest. Oh, I almost forgot concealer. I will say I'm going to use my beauty blender for my concealer because I just want a really light amount under my eye. And I'm using the matte concealer, an NW. Is it NW? Yeah, NW25, and I know I'm a yellow undertone, but when I had gone to MAC, she had recommended the NW, which it's backwards to typical standard. Their W is going to be more it's considered warm, but it's more pink undertones. Don't ask me why, but the reason why she recommended that one was because I do have dark under eye circles. So with darkness, you have to neutralize it with pink or salmon or red, and so it just really helps to brighten up the eye. So you can kind of see, whoop, it's an eye lift. Okay, a little bit under the other eye too. So I am off work today. I actually put a little bit too much, so I'm taking my brush that has a little bit of my eyeshadow, kind of going over my outer corner because I accidentally took a little bit of it away. So there we go. but today I'm off work. Yay! I actually work at a Sephora inside JCPenney's. I love it. I do love it. And I've been wanting to do these little live streams because I watch actually a lot of video gaming, and I don't quite often see any makeup live streams. So I was like, how cool would that be if someone actually did a live stream with their makeup, and you get to see how they place it on, and you get to see the struggles that we go through when you're putting it on, because no one is ever perfect, unfortunately. Sorry, I keep stopping when I'm talking because my camera shuts off for a second and comes back on. So no one is ever perfect whenever they're applying their foundation, their eye makeup. Like, I will say, I love the editing that people put into their videos, but the amount of time that it takes to do your makeup and how simple it looks on there, it's not that simple in person. Just because, sometimes stuff happens. Something, doesn't come off right. Something, doesn't blend right. Something, we all struggle. So I figured it'd be really great, if I mess up on something or I have a issue with something. I'm just using my NARS contour set that I had gotten. This is going to be in Paloma. Paloma is going to be for more light medium skin. So I'm using the highlight and the contour. Right now I'm setting my under eyes. I love using this to set my under eyes. There we go. And I'm actually going to apply it here too, because that's where I'm going to put, it's in between my two contours. So putting a lighter shade in between the two contours is going to just emphasize that contour. So now I'm going to start contouring. Start from the top of my ear, sweep back and forth. So it's hard for people sometimes to tell where their contour should be. When you do the fishy face, it tells you basically to bring it about here. That's too low. Don't do that. So you want to feel for your cheekbone, okay? So there's going to be the high point of your cheekbone, and then you're going to want to do the low point. So the high point is where you do your highlight, which is closer to your orbital bone, and then you want to feel where it kind of divots in, okay? And that's going to be your under cheekbone. So you want to emphasize that by putting contour there, okay? So I'm going to take from the top of the ear, blend back and forth, okay? And then upward. So upward, upward, upward. Just because I want this to stay clean. I don't want to put contour downward like that. I want it to stay very clean. I think that I don't know, there's something there that's not perfect, but there we go. Alright, so going back in, emphasizing it a little bit more, bringing it into my hairline, really bring it to the hairline. I'm starting to frame my face. I'm applying some into my temple. So into the temple and a little bit here. Everyone's gonna be different. So I have like a round face with a slight bit of a heart shape. So I mean, for my forehead, it's a little bit big. So I want to be able to, shade that in to make it a little bit smaller. So I'm just going from my temple through up here, and then under the cheekbone, and then tiniest bit onto my jawline, right in here. So and I'm going to use my powder brush, my foundation brush, my brush for everything, and just really run it through everything. Make sure everything is really soft, because I don't want to have any harsh lines. So clearly it's something that you're going to see, but you want it to be like, subtle. You don't want it to be, totally harsh, dramatic. So going from one side to the other, hopefully you can see a nice difference. you know, got my chubby side. I got a little bit more slenderous side. Alright. And, oh man, I have this one smile line that drives me absolutely nuts. Okay, so now moving on to the other side. Top of the ear, under the cheekbone. Temple, around the face. Yes, the funny thing is that with my bangs, you will neither be able to see my contour, up here at least, or my brows. Very, very little bit of my brows. So, I'm going to put all this effort into both of those. Or maybe I'll skip them. No, I'm kidding. So, I'm going to put that effort into that, and you won't see them. But, you know, it's not about what you see. It's about what I feel, and I feel happy that they're done, and that's what's important. And I'm actually going to add a little bit more contour right in here. So I'm adding it, I did here, but I want to really kind of bring it right here, because I want that to, like, shape my face. So really bring it in a little bit more. There we go. I keep looking at the chat box, and it says, Roxxie, geez, say something. And I think of the song, say something, I'm giving up on you. You know, the Christina Aguilera song with, what is it? Little People? No. Big World, I think. Something like that. Really good singers. Okay. So now I'm taking my L'Oreal True Match blush in W3 through 4 called Barely Blushing. I just think it's a beautiful blush. I'm using my Real Techniques brush that came from my kit in the core kit, I believe it's called. This could be used as a contour. I use it as a blush, and I like to dab, and then sweep. So I like to make sure I first place it where I want it, and then sweep it. And I will say, one thing I've learned is that if you are ever too hard on something, like you press it too much, so you're like on your face, keep in mind it will come off patchy. So you don't want to put too much pressure on any pigments, because they will appear more patchy, whereas if you're lighter handed, they're more seamless and they look really smooth and creamy. It's like checking myself out in my mirror. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I mean, I can, but I gotta look at what I'm doing, you know? Like, I gotta admire what I'm doing and like what I'm seeing. And I want to take another blush and amp it up a little bit. There it goes. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to be using, this is actually a holiday collection blush from Tarte from about 2 years ago. So, from 2 years ago, watching myself fail. Okay, from 2 years ago, this one's called Savvy, because I apparently am very savvy. And I like to do it's kind of like an ombre, so now that I have a really nice light blush there, I'm going to apply a little bit more as this deeper tone blush and let that fade in. And just applying that deeper tone blush, with it fading in, it just looks like a beautiful like ombre on your cheek. I think that's really gorgeous. I don't like the mirror in there though, probably just because it's dirty, but whatever, you know. not like I have some other palettes in front of me, and I'm just using my foundation, powder, blush, brush. Okay, I'm starting to like it. Now I'm gonna move on to my brows. I'm using the Urban Decay Brow Beater, and this is in the color Warm Brown. It's pretty similar to the Anastasia. I mean, honestly, it's pretty much the same thing as the Anastasia Brow Wiz, just from Urban Decay. I will say, I love this one because I love Urban Decay. I love Anastasia's too. I use her dip brow. Today's just going to be a really light brow day though. I'm just doing little baby strokes. Don't need to do much, so I'm just running it really softly through. There we go. And then using the spoolie end to comb it out. Ta-da! I think brows are really important, yes. I love helping people. I think brows, whenever people come into work, I'm definitely really, really passionate about helping people with their brows, because some people don't have brows, or some people just struggle with how they should shape their brows, and I absolutely love it, and I enjoy helping them with it. I don't put as much time into myself, I will say, but I love helping other people with their brows, and, you know, making them feel great, because, you know, sometimes that's all it takes is, you know, just having your brows. Some women, you know, like say a mom of two, you know, sometimes that's all she has time for is just to put her brows on, a lip and a mascara, and then go. And, you know, to them that's the most important thing, that they look clean and primed, especially, you know, versus a mom that, you know, is with her children. She wants to feel good, look great. And then you have a businesswoman, you know, they want to look amazing and professional, you know. So I love brows. I think it's a great, like, quick, or one thing that you can absolutely do to completely change the way your face shape is, your makeup looks, just because it's more emphasized. After I get mine trimmed and done, what I will do is I will do like a video on when what to do with your brows. So just right now they're a little fuzzy and crazy, so I'm not gonna even worry about it. Alright, so what kind of lippy do I want to put on? Sorry, I'm just looking in my lipstick drawer, or my lipstick bin. Do I want to do something light? Do I want to do something a little bit more vampy? Ooh, okay, that's not gonna be good. Let's see. I think I'm going to do I'm going to do this one. Maybe a mixture of this one. I think so. I think that's what I want to do. So we'll go with that, right? We'll see how it goes. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking because I haven't used this in a while. Oh, okay. So this is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Copenhagen. On Instagram, I love watching the videos of girls putting on their lips because they make it look so easy, and I'm like, why the heck am I not able to do this? I struggle so much. I mean, I don't like struggle like crazy, but it's not perfect the way they make it look, you know? I will say, my favorite part of the lip is the cupid bow. Not sure I love this, to be quite honest, but just blotting it. I don't know if I love it. Let's see. I feel like I need something more of a... There we go. Da, 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 da. Do I like this more? Probably not. I'm so indecisive. And that's the thing too, like, I love lipstick, but I will say that I'm the most indecisive lipstick person ever. Ever. We're gonna lighten it up a little bit by adding this one. So there we go. Oh man. Let's see. Just blotting it. Because I know that if I don't, I'm gonna get lipstick in my teeth. Because these are the matte lusters from Sephora collection. And they are incredibly pigmented. But I will say that they do not dry super matte, which can be good. Can be very, very good for someone that doesn't want something that's overly drying. But at the same time, if you don't blot them or set them with a powder or something, they will get all up in your teeth like nobody's business. It's not pretty. Okay. So I think what I want to do now... Ooh! I forgot to add illuminator. So we're going to add Soft and Gentle from MAC. I'm just using a fan brush. I'm not going to apply a lot. I'm just going to apply a little bit right on the cheekbones. Right on my nose. Right on my cupid's bow. There we go. And then I think, do I want to do an eyeliner today? You know, debating on whether or not I want to. I need to reapply the eyeshadow on the bottom lash line because it kind of got lost a little bit when I did my concealer. So I'm just re-emphasizing that a little tiny bit. There you go. Wow, I like it a lot. I like it. Oh yeah. I feel like this is making my eyes pop really nicely. Like, not my eye look, just my eyeballs. So, the color contrast is just like, well, bam, on my eyeballs. Okay. And do I want to do an eyeliner on the bottom? No, I don't. I don't really feel like doing eyeliner on the bottom. I don't want to make it super heavy down there. I think I'm going to add a little bit of a wing though. Add a little bit more eyeshadow here too. Do I want a wing? A little one. I like to start from the very inner corner of my eye. Sorry if you can't really see what I'm doing right now. I know I got actually, the lens on my camera is not a very good lens for close-ups. So eventually I'm going to invest in getting, I think they're called macro lens. Oof. I think I irritated my eye a little bit. I poked it, but it's okay. And I did say a small wing, so I'm trying my best to keep that, but sometimes what you want and what happens are different. So I think that actually looks really nice with just a little bit of a wing. Now I'm going to do the other side. And on the other side, I actually start from the outer. I think it's because of the, I'm predominant on my right hand, so it's a lot easier for me to start on this side from the outer. And then I just drag it in. Dragging it in. Oh, yeah. Okay. Dragging it in. So just really trying to softly pull it in. I will say eyeliner is one of the most boring things ever, I think. Because I have to really have a mirror in front of my face, and you can't really, sorry, I just see a little spot of something on my face. Da, 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 da. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like my eyes, if I get a hair or if I am doing my eyeliner sometimes, I feel like it tickles, and I start getting the sniffles, and then I feel like I'm going to sneeze, and I'm just sticking at the tail end a little bit. There you go. Look at that. There we go. Now I'm just going to add some mascara. I'm going to use the Sephora Collection, the mascara. I think that's probably been one of the best mascaras that I've used in a while. That's not too expensive, but that's not from the drugstore. I mean, I feel like this is a good luxurious mascara. It's going to have your natural bristle brush, and it's just a very full brush. Has a little bit of a fragrance to it, so it kind of reminds me of the Dior Show mascara. Brushes are almost similar, but different in the sense that this one I think is not as long. And I love how it separates my lashes. So and I'm not one to wear falsies. Not that I don't like them, but I haven't gotten enough interest to really use them. So I'm going to really coat my lashes. I do little tiny strokes. Just mascara, you guys, sorry. But look at that. Look at that. Like, what does that do? I look like I'm watching myself, and because it has a lag, I'm watching myself, and there looks like I'm like having a seizure with my eyes. But I just want you to see from one eye to the other eye. This is the one with the mascara, this is the one with not. I think there's a pretty good dramatic difference. You know, really opens up your eyes when you have mascara on. So that's another thing. You don't have time to do your makeup, at least have a mascara. Mascara, bam bam, and brows, and lippy. And ta-da! Let's go. But if you remember what my skin looked like before, I do not have the prettiest skin under all of this, unfortunately. Oh, shoot. So I just got it on my eyelid, and it's okay. We're gonna let it dry and then just use a little bit of tissue to wipe it away. Trick is, do not try to go at it while it's wet, because if you do, it's gonna smear like crazy. So like how I did up here, gone. Let that dry, and then I'll just rub it away. It'll be gone. So I think I like it. What else do I need? I mean, not that I really need anything else, but what else do I want? Need. Sometimes they're very close, right? Yeah, I think so too. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit, maybe a little bit of glitter. I mean, you can't really go wrong with glitter. Glitter always makes everything look like 10 times more fantastic, but do I always want to wear glitter? Secretly, yes, but not always. So I'm just going to be applying a little bit on top of my purple. I don't want it to be super opaque. At least that's what I was going for, but it looks like what I was going for and what is happening are two different things. Yeah, I love how that looks. Just putting it in the inner corner and lightly bringing it back, so this way it has a little bit of glitter, not too dramatic, but I mean, glitter is dramatic on its own. It's always dramatic, but whatever. And I'm just now gonna place a little bit on the other side. Just avoiding my black liner, okay? So I don't want to get it on my black eyeliner. I'm just really trying to softly phase it so this way it doesn't look like just a clump of glitter, but a little tiny bit of glitter. There you go. I really like that. And then now back to the situation with my eye makeup, or my mascara. I think my camera just died. Yeah, my camera just died. Sorry, my camera died, so I had to replace the battery. I did put my bangs down. I brought my hair down. This is pretty much the finished look. So I really appreciate anyone who, made the time to spend with me and watch me talk and just have fun, I guess. I don't know. It was just fun. It was nice. I usually don't do this, so it was a different kind of feeling. I always think that makeup is a great way for someone to just have some focus on themselves and, remember to always give some time to yourself. So sometimes this is all we get, a little bit of time to ourselves, me time, makeup time. So thank you for watching me in my me time, and I hope that next time you guys will come and watch again. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.